And welcome back, everyone, here to Live Now from Fox. We are keeping you up to date on the latest of the drone mysteries, especially out in New Jersey, but we know they are popping up everywhere across the country. Hi, everyone. Mike Pace here. Thanks again for joining us on Live Now from Fox. So there is some new updates here. Now, the FAA is announcing temporary restrictions on drone flights in New Jersey here. It's going to go into the new year just before the presidential inauguration for Donald Trump. So this temporary drone restriction is taking place until January 17th. So a lot of people saying, okay, is this because they want to know exactly who is now not supposed to be up in the sky? So basically, if you're up in the sky here with some recreational drones, they could take you down now. So here is the latest from the FAA. I want to read it out here to you, and then we'll get into a little bit more of what this all can mean. The Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, issued temporary flight restrictions prohibiting drone flights over parts of New Jersey following an influx of sightings in recent weeks. The notice, which expires on January 17th, 2025, said drone operations in support of national defense, homeland security, law enforcement, firefighting, search and rescue, or disaster response missions are not included in the restrictions. Commercial drone operations are allowed with a valid statement of work, but there must be an approved special government interest airspace waiver, and all applicable FAA regulations must be followed here. So basically what they're trying to do now is just trying to weed out with all of these drones. So we know there's a bunch of drones always in the sky now. This has been popping up in the last couple of weeks, really prevalent in the last, I would say, 8 days or so. Now they're trying to just weed it out, but there's still going to be drones up in the sky and maybe some unidentified things that we don't even know about that, of course, they're not going to be following these restrictions at all. So very interesting. A lot of people also talking about, why are you doing it just before the inauguration? I know it's in D.C., much further from New Jersey, but if maybe we should put flight restrictions up until really the whole airspace for drones. Let's weed out everything, because let's say, okay, let's hold it down, even commercial grade. If you're not law enforcement, if you're not a firefighting team, let's ground these drones for just a bit so we could get a handle on really what's up there, and we could maybe investigate a little bit better here. That is what a lot of people are saying as well. House Speaker Mike Johnson said the White House, and more broadly the U.S. government, does not seem concerned about the increased sighting in New Jersey and other northeastern states. And a lot of people have been texting me. They've also been reaching out to me on social media saying, what would happen if one of these drones went over the White House or over the Capitol? They'd be down very, very quickly, and we would know a little bit more about that. But now that they're just over New Jersey, local law enforcement having to deal with the influx of calls and situations like that. But it's getting to a moment where we need to figure out what exactly is happening. Flight restrictions on all drones. One thing is being put out there. All drones, not just if you need to have a waiver, because if you have a commercial grade, how are you going to know in the moment, oh yeah, you know what, that one up there, that one looks like it has a license? It's not going to happen like that. You're going to say, oh, that's another drone. Looks like everyone's not looking at this order right now. We need to ground them across the board so we can figure out what's going on, especially before this inauguration coming up in D.C. Can you imagine if there's just drones flying around the Capitol during the inauguration? What's going to happen then? You got to think about that as well. So a lot of people concerned about this, rightly so. And we keep digging into this as well. Just on Saturday, it took the Biden administration officials finally a moment here where they talked about it, hosted a call addressing concerns surrounding the recent drone sightings, but we really didn't get any information from the White House. An FBI official says the agency has received 5,000 tips since the first mysterious drone was seen flying over New Jersey back in November. But of those 5,000 tips, fewer than 100 warranted further investigation there. So what is it going to take for really government agencies to get serious about this? Because at the end of the day, you don't know who these people are that are controlling these drones. Could be recreational, but it could be much more nefarious as that. Put the ground stop on all drone activity. That way you can really get the drones out of the way that you need to get out of the sky in quick time, especially before this major inauguration on January 20th in D.C. I'm your host, Mike Page, always working for you.